Okay. Um, I just want to sit down and make a different kind of videos today. I know it's strange that I've been posting a whole lot recently, and there's a good reason for that. My most popular videos have been about the songs, about death, and I can understand why. On June 6th, 2024, our band's bassist, Nathan, died of leukemia. This was not really a surprise, but also a surprise at the same time. In 2022, Nathan, he was diagnosed with leukemia. After the initial chemotherapy, we all thought he was okay and in remission. However, a month before his death, he told us that the cancer is back and it's very aggressive and that he will die within a month. During his funeral, his dad told me that the cancer actually came back much earlier, but he kept it a secret from us. This was a huge shock to me, as I thought Nathan was okay, but I guess he wasn't. Hearing this news made me regret the time we spent together as a band, mainly because we didn't do much. We wrote 2 new songs with Nathan, but that was pretty much it. We spent most of our time messing around and not really practicing. We were in the works to record an album, and we were planning to make a music video, but that was really all pillow talk, and those were never done before his death. As soon as we heard the news, we planned to make the music video ASAP. We booked a time and got everything ready, but it was too little too late. He died 4 days before the filming. His death really caused me to think about whether or not to continue filming the music video. But we all thought Nathan would want us to continue filming the video, and so we did. After filming the music video, something clicked and went off inside me. I'm not old, but I'm not young. I'm 27 years old, and my wife is 29. Our singer just had his first baby. Looking back on my life, I felt like I accomplished so much, yet so little. I dropped out of college to pursue a career in music, but that failed. I got into fitness, and I even tried to break a world record. And eventually, I owned my own fitness franchise for a while. However, none of those panned out, and now I'm back in school. I'm back in school again, and it felt like I wasted 10 years of my life running in circles. But most importantly, it felt like I proved my Asian parents right. But if anything, what Nathan's death taught me is that life is not something to be taken for granted, and we must live our life to the fullest and actually accomplish our dreams, or at least try to. Nathan told me that he had the choice to undergo intense chemo again and probably live another year but stay stuck inside the hospital for the rest of his life, or just let the cancer eat away at his body and enjoy the things he did now. He chose not to extend his suffering, but instead chose to live his life. He spent the last month of his life doing the things he loved, playing music and doing shows around Texas and Nashville. I remember the last show we played together. It was probably around 6 weeks before he passed. So this was before we actually knew he was going to die. To me, it was just a regular show. And honestly, I didn't even want to play the show. But to Nathan, it was probably his last hurrah. I remember on one of our songs, Soul Killer, his bass solo carried extra emotion. I remember playing, looking over and thinking, man, his playing has a lot more weight behind it today. At the time, I didn't know why, but looking back now, it is easy to understand why. now that I had time to digest Nathan's passing, what is life? Honestly, I feel like we live our life for others, or at least for me anyway. Growing up, all I wanted to do was to please my parents. Even when I dropped out of school and half-heartedly pursued music, I had to get a job, and then all I wanted to do was please my boss and make money. And now that I'm married, I have to worry about pleasing my wife and my eventual children. When have I really lived for myself? If I learned anything from my time in fitness, it's that consistency is key. If you want to see results, you have to keep grinding at a steady pace, and that is what I'm going to do with my life. We're planning to start a family next year, and that is why I set a goal for myself to make this YouTube channel as successful as possible within this next year, and I hope you could help me get there. Nathan, we may not have been able to do all the rock star things we talked about and dreamed of, but I wanted to say you've lit a fire in my heart, and I'm going to be successful. Thank you. Rest in peace.